And see, they'll pay you up to 30,000 plus for each baby that you have born there. You have another 30 babies.
Wow,
30,000 euro.
Hey, you could be a millionaire.
You could be like the Smallies in Wisconsin.
In Union, because they're just getting too crazy. But anyways, hey, it's Happy New Year!
Woohoo!
Especially from the expats. We want to wish everybody a special, happy, healthy New Year. And we start, our show today is going to be just a broad overview of a lot of different areas that they will pay you in Europe and a couple surrounding other countries close to Europe. They'll pay you to live there. All you gotta do is be alive.
That's right.
And procreate. That's kind of a recommendation. They
like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
kind of weird that way.
We've got a slate of some places you need to get to. If you need some cash, get on over there, and they'll pay you. You got to do the paperwork.
Well, actually, they're all in Europe. There's not Greece.
Well, Denmark. I mean, anyway,
Denmark's part of Europe.
Well, it's kind of I don't know. It's Scandinavia type. But anyways,
we don't even know where Denmark is. We have no idea.
I know where Denmark is. I do. I actually did a target analysis on it many years ago. But anyways, we'd never attacked it. So
they skated. They got a pass on that one.
Yeah,
we were ready to go.
Yeah, it's Denmark. It's cold.
Yeah, let's skip it.
Let's scrap that.
Let's skip it. Yeah. So right on to our story. So these different towns from Ireland all the way down to Greece will pay you up to $80,000. Now, each one has its own parameters, but there's some outlying islands in Ireland that they're trying to repopulate. So if you want to get away from it all, I mean, you are getting away from it all.
Right. And as long as you got a few dollars to work, do the renovations.
Yep.
That would be helpful. But, if you do the paperwork, you fit the requirements in these places, they will pay you. They want people to move in and occupy and be productive citizens of whatever country you end up in.
So the first place we're going to look at, though.
Go ahead, Mike.
Jumping right into it is going to be Tuscany. Now, everybody loves Tuscany. If you love wine, beautiful kind of northern Italy or central northern Italy. They'll pay between 10 and 30,000 euros to move to specific mountain towns. Now, obviously, there's a lot of depopulation going on in a lot of these little towns. So they're looking for people that want to move there. They all have different requirements, but they just want you to move there. And there's all kinds of places in Italy, because this is like really becoming a problem in Italy, where everybody's moving to the cities. And same with Spain. Spain the same way. They're just losing residents, whether it's just the old people get old and die off, or the young people move away. One or the other. They're going through these problems. So the first one is Tuscany. They will pay you between 10 and 30,000 euros to move to these specific mountain towns. Now you can look them up. They're not hard. Tons of information on the internet. But because we're going through a lot of different areas, we're just going to buzz through here.
As far as Tuscany, if you go ahead and watch the movie Under the Tuscan Sun.
Right. And that's what it's going to be like.
She kind of gets this place. It is falling apart. A lot of work. Hires a bunch of illegal immigrants to do the work for her. I don't know.
Is that really part of the movie?
I always like to throw some sort of political jabs in there.
All right. Now the second place. Now Calabria is way. So we're going way down to the southern tip of the boot, right across from Sicily. They'll pay you up to 28,000 approximately 28 to 33,000 euros, or 28,000 euros, $33,000 over a 3-year period to move down there and get that going. And that's really, I love that part of Italy. like the farther south you go, it gets more Middle Eastern kind of, because they were attacked by the Moors. The Moors conquered different places. And so they got a really different vibe. You get farther south. I kind of like, I think it's really cool. So there's Calabria.
Yeah, you move down south, you bring your mat to do your prayers.
That's right. That's right.
And another thing about Calabria, you're really close to Sicily.
Just a little ferry ride. I mean, you could probably hit it with a rock. You could probably hit the other side. You could probably hit Sicily if you had a good arm.
At least somebody with the rock, but
you could definitely hit somebody, and maybe Sicily. You're that close, and so that's a good. There's another spot to do a little research on, and then of course we're going to move into the lake called the Mediterranean, and Sardinia. Now Sardinia, they don't got much money, okay, and you have to move to a town with 3,000 or less inhabitants, and they'll pay you what up to 15,000 euros to do that. And that goes specifically for buying or renovating property in a town with less than 3,000 residents. But still, I mean, if you're going to move somewhere and you get a little bit of cash, you get to use it, to fix up your place, spiff it up a little bit, paint the walls, put some rocks on it, And
really, it's really homesteading. So if you want to set it up where you're only there, 6 months out of the year to come back to the U.S., see family, then go back, as long as you're doing some sort of maintenance and improvements on the property,
right.
They pretty much will, and you show that you are a resident, that you're doing these improvements, you're spending money, you're getting the documentation, then you get
right.
They should be paying you.
Yeah, and I've personally never been to Sardinia. I've done some those video walkthroughs, which I like, where you walk through the city and you get to see it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, and they were actually they have old monolithic ruins on Sardinia. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's kind of cool. And the other thing is you're not that far from Spain. I mean, you're closer to Italy. It's not in the middle between Italy and Spain, but it's close. And so you could just, go to, the island there? I think it's, what's it called? Palma? I think it's called Palma. Yeah, Palma. There's an island, Palma, and then Barcelona is just a short flight or boat ride over to Valencia or Barcelona. So anyway, yeah, that's Sardinia is a good one too.
Yes. And then we kind of move into Spain, right? Is that next on your list?
Yeah, Spain. Well, actually, no. We've actually covered this town. It's down in the southeastern part of the boot, over in the heel. Presique Acquiatica in Puglia. And this place is actually really close to the coast. I think you're like 3 or 4 miles from the beaches, maybe somewhere in there. So you're really close to the beaches. This place, we actually did some digging into this. I looked at apartments online, places online. You can buy a fixer-upper, which they will pay you up to $30,000 to buy and renovate a home. And here's the kicker, okay? You get $1,000 for every baby you have in town. So if you want to have like 15, 20 kids, there's another 20 grand in euros. Exactly. I mean, just waiting to be picked up.
Just don't start having babies until you get there.
Yeah. You want to kind of control yourself. Yeah. So that's it's got to be born in the town. I guess they've got a little maternity center or something. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's move on to Spain. So there's a couple places in Spain. Ponga, I have no clue where that is.
I did pull up let me share
Where's
this.
Ponga? Where's Ponga? Ponga.
Buddy, there's a map. I don't know if we'll be able to really make a determination on where things.
Yeah, no, I can find it. It's right here. I found it. Oh, a beautiful little village up in the mountains. Where the heck is it?
Oh, it's up in the north?
Yeah, it's up in the mountains. It's kind of north central, like, maybe an hour from the coast. I don't know. It's hard to say. Not too far from the coast. It's Asturias, northwestern Spain. So that's a place that's got some towns you can go to. And Ponga, they'll offer you $3,000 to settle there, and another 3,000 euros for every baby born. So you want to kill it
Yeah.
You want to keep raking in the bucks. You just keep popping
You
those
want to bring
babies
over a
out.
healthy spouse.
That's right. That's
Preferably
right.
a female spouse.
Yes, preferably. It depends on where you come from, but because I hear anyway. I won't even go into that. But okay,
So,
and then there's
anyways, I was just gonna kind of in Spain, there's like 700 abandoned villages in Spain that they are basically you can buy the whole village. It's not just one little residence.
So 700, because I know there's like 3,000 abandoned villages in total.
Probably,
Spain,
yeah. This
which is
map
great.
has 700 that I got.
I mean, it's got a whole history to it. Yeah, it started with Franco or whatever it is, the dictator back in the 50s. Yeah, after World War II, he started doing some land projects, and a lot of little towns were depopulated. They put in hydroelectric dams and different things. So some of these towns you can't even go back to; they're still off. But yeah, there's all kinds of cool things. You have a picture of that? There it is. There's a little village.
And this is a village for 1.5 million. But I mean, it's like, I guess it's got like 15 bathrooms and, I guess you could fit 15 families comfortably in this village.
You could take a leak in any corner of that. There's Steve-O. He's back.
Whoa.
Back from the DMV. Woo. Getting his tags.
A couple days. Yeah.
They only expired in September. I don't know what they're worried about.
They're worried. They're worried about the money. That's what they're worried about.
So they can send it to the Somalis in Minnesota.
That's right. They're worried about. They want to lure all those kids in Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're shutting down in Minnesota, so they need the DMV to chip in.
That's right.
Have you moved? It looks like you live in a house now.
I moved from my garage. My wife is out of town, so I'm now living in the house.
That's the upside to another
until she gets back.
That's right. Then it's back to the garage for you.
Yeah. Back to the doghouse.
So, Steve, we're just going through, like, there's different towns. There's a few towns in Italy, Spain, Greece, Ireland. There's Denmark. We're talking about Denmark because it just happened to make the list. I don't know. Denmark part of the EU? It is, isn't it? Denmark? Part of the EU.
No idea. But
anyway.
It is Denmark.
That's what everybody says. Stop it. Just stop with the negative remarks about Denmark. I take it very personally. I possibly have ancestors from Denmark.
Those Denmarkers, you know what they're like.
They're called Denmarkians.
None of the Scandinavian countries are in the EU.
Yeah. What?
Seriously?
No. Get out of here. What are you talking about? You're kidding.
I have to Google it, but I'm pretty darn sure.
Yeah, well,
I'm Googling it now.
He's Googling it now. Anyway, so there's another place, Rubia up in Galicia. That's northern Spain. You get 100 to 150 month in income supplements. That's not bad, but I don't know if I'd pick a place for an extra 150 a month. I mean, I guess it all depends. And as soon as Steve gets his information on whether the northern countries like Denmark and Finland and Holland are in the EU, I think they are, but we'll find out here in a second.
Okay, the only countries in Europe that are not in the EU are Russia, Norway, Monaco, and Liechtenstein.
Close. Okay, we split it. We're both right.
No, I don't think so. Denmark's in there. Anyway, moving along. Greece. Okay, this is Antikythera. And the thing about Antikythera that's cool is that they found this mechanism called the Antikythera mechanism, which is amazing. They found it in a ship in the ocean in the Mediterranean there, and it's Antikythera mechanism. Look into it. Anyway, they're going to pay you 500 euros a month for 3 years, free housing, food, and land to boost the population. So you can imagine you're living on an island in Greece.
You're going to have to make babies.
No, you don't have to make no babies. You do, if you do so choose to have lots of children.
I mean, how do they determine whether you're boosting the population? That's my question.
Well, they didn't see our family when we were kids. They wouldn't have, I don't know if we'd have gotten 10 cents.
Like, are you boosting this population? We don't know if we want to pay you.
Negative effect on the population. We did have a big family.
You're not boosting the population.
Or the real question is, how do you get boosted?
Well, I guess it means something different in Chicago for sure. Yeah, I think our population boom that our parents created was actually offset by all the deaths of neighbor kids that, kind of offset our population boom, but they can't prove anything, right? I mean,
No,
It sounds like homicide.
yeah, But so Anti-Theory, 500 a month for 3 years, and actually free housing, food, land to boost the
but
population.
what does the housing look like?
Oh, it's great.
It's only 3,000 years old.
You're gonna have to take our word for it. It's wonderful. I don't know. I've never been to Antikythera. I only know about the little thing about the mechanism that they found in the water. And then Ireland. Ireland is the, Ireland pays the most because they've got some islands off the coast of Ireland that I guess are like, kind of like the surface of the moon kind of a thing. I think they'll pay you potentially over 3 years up to $80,000 to move to these remote islands. So if you wanted to get away from it all, live like the Waking Ned Divine movie where it's just kind of like out. They were on an island off the coast of Ireland. Yeah, watch that movie, Waking Ned Divine. Great movie.
Right, you got to land in Dublin, then you got to take whatever kind of taxi, and then
they give you a donkey with a small rowboat on it.
Yeah,
you have to walk,
row you over to this island.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, if you love fishing, you love wilderness, you love isolation, I think it's a great choice. And you like the cold. It's cold in Ireland.
Well, it is cold, but it's not like the Arctic.
Right.
It's got that offshore breeze because it's in the Atlantic, and a lot of those places are actually like there's parts of southern England which are not Ireland, that are actually quite temperate, off just north of Spain, where all the Black Irish live. And I say that in a historical sense, the Black Irish. Yeah, I know. My little side notes are inspiring to everyone. And then Denmark, of course, nobody cares about Denmark, but except maybe the Denmarkians. They'll pay you up to $50,000.
They're part of the European Union. I don't know if
yeah.
So do you get that after you've been there 3 years?
No. They just offer you up to $50,000 to start a business through programs like Startup Denmark. So you have to go to Denmark, start a business, and I don't know, maybe you get a check for 50, maybe you don't, whatever. But these are just some ideas of if you're thinking of leaving the United States because of all the craziness here, you can go to another place with a different kind of craziness, and maybe you'll be immune to it until you go to the first government office and find out just how crazy it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, very, very likely. And just as a side note, Chris, tell Steve about the town in Spain that up for sale. There's 700 towns?
Yeah. There's in Spain a village that is for sale for 1.5 million. And I know, Steve, you've got an extra 1.5 laying around.
I do. I was just counting it on my desk.
And this is a description. I mean, it's got, I don't know if you can see that, complete village with rural tourism facilities in a Pobra do Brolio.
Yep, that was well said.
40. My Spanish is
Brolon.
40 hectares. I don't know how that.
No, that's 1.5.
Yeah, a hectare
euros.
is about two something acres, 2.1 acres or something like that.
15 historic buildings, and let me pull up a picture here of the buildings.
So it's 40 hectares. So it's almost 100 acres. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a big piece of property that you have to maintain.
But it's 1.5 million euros. So it's closer to 1.6 million US dollars.
But there's that's the picture of this village with 15 buildings, residences, and you got the vineyard in the back, and you got the road that goes through.
Oh, you got a road that goes through there. Yeah. Well, and the secret to these photos is you got to get far enough away where you really can't see all the holes in the roof
to make it look good.
Yeah, to make it look good. But it doesn't look bad. I mean, the buildings look intact at least.
Well, I did look at the interior of some of them. It's pretty bad.
Is it? Yeah, it's probably.
I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but
hey, come
on, a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
100 it's 100 acres.
It's only 2,000 years old, so how bad could it be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. It's in European terms, that's pretty new.
It is.
What have you guys? There's a show on the BBC called Help, I Just Bought a Village, and it tracks people that buy these little communities in different places, and it's okay. It's kind of fun to
I'll
watch.
chip in. We could buy a village and then do
Ah.
podcasting from the village, having, showing us enjoying the vineyard, our
I'll
servants running back and forth,
That's
bringing
right.
us
I'll
glasses.
Venmo you my $20 in advance. That's my portion.
We each chip in $20 a month for how many years? How many decades would that be?
There was a couple of guys that were renovating a place in France. They were doing it on their credit cards. I mean, man, that's got to be a recipe for disaster. But hey,
Well,
they were doing like an Airbnb, and it was quite, So
But I mean, the thing is, anything you do, I mean, like that village that's for sale, you're basically buying a very large farm.
right,
So
And
if
they
you
are
like
old farming
farming,
yeah,
and you like keeping up, tree trimming and digging and, great. But it's like you're talking about working 12 to 14 hours a day for a year before you actually see, maybe it's starting to look
how
good.
far that trench got.
Exactly.
Sleep on.
Well, I think all this stuff, it's for people that are adventurous. We were out at the Benedictine Brewery in this little town outside of where we live. And we happened to start chatting with an older couple that were sitting next. And this lady's parents, when they were in their mid to late 60s, moved to Europe, opened a business. I can't remember where they were. Somewhere, I think Ireland or something, and then they moved to Greece and opened another business. And they're trying to get them back to the United States. So there are very adventurous people that do this, and I think that's the thing. It's an adventure, you know what I mean? And as adventuring goes, you can always get eaten by a monster.
It's not a go retire here. It's go work. And
Exactly.
Have a lot of money.
It all depends. That's the thing. It all depends on where you want to go, because some places are looking for retirees. They're looking for some places are looking for families, and they offer up to €1,000 for every child. So if you want to have like 30 kids, there's 30,000 euros.
And
every 10 years.
Making the kids is kind of fun.
That's the fun part. If you get 1,000, if you get €1,000 for that would be awesome. Of course, that's called prostitution, I guess.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that be considered prostitution? You get paid to make children.
When the government does it, it's not prostitution.
It's tax free.
And the government does it to us all the time. It's not called prostitution.
Yeah, they're probably the best prostitutes that we know of.
So it's just fascinating. And, we got to do, I know we're getting long here, but we got to do something on Uruguay. That place looks really fascinating. I did a little search and Uruguay popped up. You can live there for $1,500 a month comfortably. That's pretty crazy.
Well, what does that include?
There's a lot of,
but that's a place to live. Nice, decent place to live. You can live comfortably, and they have these, these communities built up, and you move into a little apartment. It's like $500 a month for the apartment. Food's cheap, utilities are cheap, and it's in South America. It's on the East Coast. It's up above Brazil, on the coast there. And they've got coastal villages and beaches, and it's modern and it's very stable.
Roving marauders.
They do have roving marauders, but they're on the other side of town.
It's a wonderful country. That's why they're flooding over into our country. Because
I have never met a Uruguayan that would admit to it. So, I mean, as far as I know, they're not here.
Yeah, they're not at your house.
They're not at my house, not in my yard. Anyway, there's all kinds of fascinating places.
All those places in South America are really, having been in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Central America mainly.
Right.
It's really beautiful. Climate is great. People are wonderful.
Yeah.
I would encourage. Yeah, it sounds like a good place to look.
Our parents lived had a place in Mexico down by Puerto Vallarta, which is on the west side of the country, and they loved it. They loved it. My dad loved it. My mom loved it. They go down there. They mostly winter down there, right? They didn't go there all year. Yeah, they winter down there, leaving the spring, and they loved it. And so it's doable, but it's like anything. There's culture shock, and you got the language barrier. But most people know some Spanish, I guess. I don't know, maybe not.
And most of the people in that town spoke English. That there was enough of a mix, so.
Right,
you didn't really have to know Spanish.
And that's the thing. You find places that have a decent sized expat community and that kind of thing. But it's an adventure. and I think
you buy a village, you determine what language everyone's going to speak.
There you go. Si, senor. I think that's the thing. I think this is just fun. I love talking about this stuff. It's fun. And I think for people that love to dream and maybe adventure, it's waiting there, winking at you.
I was just watching a YouTube video of a guy. Now, I don't know the dynamics of it, but he bought a 66,000 foot old shoe factory in southern Illinois. And so an abandoned, it's 3 stories, an abandoned factory, and he has it on YouTube. And it's, and I don't think people understand. And, in the US, maybe some people do, but you don't understand what work means. It's going to take a little work, like shoveling concrete. And he said there were 200 or 2,000 semi-loads of trash that he took out of this 66,000 square foot building.
What's he going to do with it?
I don't know. They almost have it cleaned out. But I mean, it's massive. But just the same thing, like us going to Guardia in the abandoned house that's next to us. You both saw it. The one, if you're standing at a front door, it's off to the right, the first door. Right. I mean, the roof is caving in, the floors. You know what I mean? Just to actually make it so you could walk in, you would need to carry about 8,000 buckets of debris because you can't bring a truck up there. You have to carry it down the stairs, 1 bucket at a time.
Well, you could maybe do 2 buckets. Here's the thing, and that would if you did 2 buckets instead of 1, you would cut in half your garbage removal. You'd knock it down by 50%.
But anyway, I'm just saying, this stuff, people tend to romanticize in their head. Sure. You know what I mean? What a 500-year-old building looks like when it hasn't been lived in for 100 years.
Yeah, and there are places, that are, and I love Guardia. It's hilarious. You're walking through the alleys and there's all kinds of scaffolding, and then there's yellow tape in certain alleyways you don't want to go down because there's rocks falling off the building. So it's an adventure. It's kind of like,
it definitely is. It is.
If it wasn't a little bit tricky, what's the point?
It would be sold and you wouldn't be available.
Yeah, they wouldn't be paying you money to go there, right? I mean, it's like it's not.
So the question you have to ask is, what's the catch?
Oh, there's a catch.
The catch is you gotta live there. That's the catch. I mean,
and they won't let you out until it's done.
Yeah,
there's always something.
Make sure you read the fine print when you're looking at the documents and signing and working over your cash.
Yeah, I think it's for people that are very disgruntled with where they are. And so they got to move someplace else and get disgruntled with that. And then you realize the place you had been living in wasn't so bad after all. In some of these places.
I'm living proof.
Yeah. Steve spent 3 years in Italy, and yours was more boredom than anything, though, right? I mean, it was.
I mean, and when you're, this is, I mean, I think just the general. So we were learning Italian. My Italian is marginal at best. My wife thinks that it was really good. She understood it better, but if you're, in a controlled environment, like you're in a restaurant, can I have a glass? Could you give me a napkin? I need a fork, those kinds of things. But when you are in just a conversation, like, what's wrong with this building? Like, I think the wall is buckling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, when you get into that, we had, I don't know if you ever met him, Louis, our friend Louis. He had a house down below us, a British guy.
Didn't meet him. No.
His parents were actually born and raised in Guardia, down off the alleyway by Susan's house.
Yeah.
They were born and raised there, and he would visit there in summer. So his Italian is fluent.
Right.
And we were with him at a used furniture shop, and so he was telling the owner about what I did with furniture, and the owner was thrilled. Had he not been there, there is no way I would have been able to communicate to him except through pictures and drawing.
Yeah. Little stick men. Well, it was hilarious. We went down, and the problem was I could make myself understood, but I don't even understand English that well anymore. And so my Italian people started
I need a
rattling.
hearing aid.
We went to get that propane tank from those two guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I told them that I lived in Naples and I liked Naples. Well, they did not like that. One of the guys went off on me, and he's rattling off something. I had no clue what he was saying.
And I was standing there thinking, man, Michael is amazing. Speaking Italian with this guy, they're having.
I had no clue what he was saying. I'm kind of smiling, and he's probably swearing at me. I have no clue what he's saying. You idiot. They do not like Neapolitans there, boy. You do not want to tell people, and don't say you sound like a Neapolitan. That doesn't go over well either.
Well, I was driving between Naples and Guardia, and I was behind a big semi, and it had a bumper sticker on it, and it says, "Sono non Italiano, sono Neapolitano."
Yeah, they don't even consider
We're not Italian, or we're Italians. We're not Neapolitans.
No, it says we're not Italians. We're
Italians,
Neapolitan.
Yeah, my Italian's rusty.
Mine is too. But
yeah, but
it was kind of funny. The whole dynamic where, I was actually just talking with my friend Louis, who lives outside of London, and he said, hang on one second. That the people in this little town where we lived hate the Neapolitans.
Oh, yes.
And it's just funny how, and
it's like you're 50 miles away. They're almost like a suburb of Naples, really.
Right. But they're no better. I mean, it's the same thing. This very poor Italian town that really has nothing there, like Naples. I mean, Naples has a lot of really cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of a strange world. But anyway.
Everybody has to have an enemy. Come on.
I know. What fun is life if you don't have enemies?
Right.
We don't want to go off a tangent too much on how.
Well, you're probably gonna have to cut a lot of this out. Just cut it out. Cut it out.
So we'll end the show here. We've gone like 30 or 40 minutes.
There you have it.
Good stuff, Mike. Excellent things to think about as far as getting out of the US of A and buying a village,
buying a home.
Experience
needs a little bit of lipstick.
Adventure that you've always been dreaming of. And they'll pay you to do it. They'll pay you to have an adventure. Man,
Right.
At the prison, but
I've got my Hanukkah decorations up.
yes.
Well, the fun part would be, this would be a fun homework. It's to try and find some people through Facebook or whatever that actually did it and talk to them.
Sure.
Bring them on the show. I mean, that's what we did when we were thinking of moving to Guardia. I just went on to Facebook, found a couple of people, sent them messages, talked to them about it. What is it like? And then we moved there.
If you're watching right now, go ahead, leave a comment. Let us know where you've been, what you did, and we'll reach out and maybe get you on the show. We'll put you in the queue to get on.
And just so you know, it may take a long time because there'll be thousands of people responding to this.
Yeah, right. So we don't want to, Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, listening, and have a happy new year. We'll see you as the year goes on.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Adios.
Ciao tutti.